Welcome, fine fellows, to another episode of The Connoisseur. Except instead of reviewing a movie today, I'm going to count down the top 10 movies of 2013 of what I've seen. I haven't seen every movie. I'm not an anal retentive film critic, and I don't have an unlimited budget to go see movies unless I do. That's not the point. No, we're just going to be counting down. So, without further ado, my favorite film of 2013 is actually probably not what you would expect, but I had read the book and I just loved the movie, the adaptation of it, and here it is, Ender's Game by Orson Scott Card. In the movie, it's got Asa Butterfield as Ender, or it's Asa, I don't know. He's really good though as Ender. He really captures and embodies Ender's character from the book. And no, the sequences are great in the battle room and when he's at command camp. It's just great how they visualized everything. They told the story as well as they could, but unlike the book, which is better than the story in the movie, there had to be changes. There's no way about it. Adapting a book into a movie isn't going to be 100% faithful, but I think they pulled it off pretty well with what they did. Ender's Game is just badass. Really good message. What I like about it is it's like you're spiraling down the story, and when you get to the end, it's like punches you right in the face. You're least expecting it. Anyway, that's what my first favorite film is. Now, my second favorite is actually a film that's not finished, but rather is the second act in a three-act structure. And I am of course talking about The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug. And as you can see, there's Gandalf. There's, I believe, the Lonely Mountain, and Smaug. I really like this book. I read it in middle school, and I just love what they've done with the movie. They've taken what Tolkien has written in the appendices of Lord of the Rings and applied it to the movie. They took a few liberties as well, because Tolkien didn't really finish rewriting The Hobbit, so yeah, they made like one or two slight adjustments, and then just cranked up the action for the movie. But what I like about The Hobbit most is Smaug himself. You know, as a kid reading the book, I thought, what, dragons don't talk? That's not scary. I was wrong. Apparently what Peter Jackson read was completely different from what I had read, because seeing Smaug embodied with that voice just creeps you out. It's the only dragon that's ever really scared me in film, and of course it's the talking one called Smaug. Of course it's Smaug that scares the crap out of me. Anyway, that was a good film. Now to the third one. This is going to be a rather controversial pick, but I really liked this movie, and I think it really got a bad rap from all the critics. And what I'm talking about, of course, is The Lone Ranger. Yes, with Armie Hammer and Johnny Depp. Just a great movie. The two writers I respect the most, Ted Elliott and Terry Rossio, wrote this, and it's such a great Western. It's one of those updates of the old-fashioned Westerns they don't make anymore. By the end, it's just like this whole good guys versus bad guys. You know what the plot is, what the setup is, you know the score, you know the good guys from the bad guys, and you just want them to go after them, and they do in that old cliffhanger serial fashion, except just loaded up with tons of money and making it modern day. God, that was a good movie. My fourth favorite movie of the year is, of course, The Great Gatsby with Leonardo DiCaprio. I've never read the book or seen any of the previous incarnations. But seeing the party lifestyle of Gatsby and Tobey Maguire's introduction to the world of Gatsby and Gatsby's motivation for what he does. I don't want to spoil it, but just a great film, how everything plays out, and yeah, it even affected me in a way, old sport. Anyway, so what's my fifth favorite film of the year? It's not a film from this year, and yet it is. I know a lot of people were scared by The Conjuring. That's nothing compared to seeing Jurassic Park 3D. Yeah. Seeing that in Pacific Science Center Theater IMAX, where it's like 4 stories tall, when you're wearing the 3D glasses and the Tyrannosaurus Rex busts out of a paddock, you see a full-size T-Rex coming right at you. It's right there in front of you, and I was just gripping the edge of my seat as I was watching the movie. I knew what was going to happen, but it was right there in front of me, and it was scaring the crap out of me, seeing all of this happen right in front of me in a completely new way. I mean, it was like watching the film for the first time again, and it just scares you. But yeah, just so you know, I did have a Jurassic Park dream last night. The Tyrannosaurus broke loose, the Velociraptors and Dilophosaurs broke loose, and of course, once everything was said and done with, I was the one they picked to defend InGen to the board of directors and investors. So what do? Well, I pretty much played it pretty smoothly. I'm like, hey, look, I like dinosaurs, you like dinosaurs, the kids love dinosaurs, so let's talk about Site B. I killed it at the board meeting, but it was only a dream, so who cares. So, number 6 is also going to be maybe a controversial choice, maybe not, but Iron Man 3. I really loved this film. I thought the first Iron Man was a good superhero film, nothing great, and I felt the same way about Iron Man 2. It was good, nothing great. But Iron Man 3, this is a really good movie. This is the best one of the series. It really took some risks, and they paid off. No, Robert Downey Jr.'s acting is better than ever as Tony Stark. The plot's great. It has some twists and turns. It makes you laugh your ass off. The relationship between Robert Downey Jr. and the kid is great. It's just a great movie overall, and it really gives you closure to the series. Okay. Number 7. Man of Steel. No, this is my favorite Superman movie so far. I know what you're saying. What about the Christopher Reeve movies? Listen, I love Christopher Reeve. He's the living embodiment of Superman. As far as I'm concerned, this guy is only the second best Superman next to Christopher Reeves. And he does a really fantastic job as the new Superman. And I'm not dissing him in that respect. I'm just saying Christopher Reeve was Superman. There's no two ways about it. But this guy does a really good job too, and he really owns it. You know, it shows the war on Krypton. It shows it Clark on his journey to find himself. He becomes Superman and has to fight the Phantom Zone people, Kryptonians. And at the end, I don't want to spoil it, but let's just say